The University of Kentucky has suspended activities at Farmhouse Fraternity after an 18-year-old young man from Henderson was found unresponsive and later died earlier this week. Now, police say that Lofton Hazelwood was found unresponsive inside the Farmhouse Fraternity Monday night. They believe he died from alcohol toxicity. Now, the University of Kentucky police say 20 underage students would have had access to alcohol inside the frat house that night. When they arrived, police say some of them the students appeared to be intoxicated, but couldn't issue any citations because police did not witness anyone drinking while they were there. But officers did log liquor law violations while on the scene. Now, this story has many parents with students at UK and other universities on edge. And joining us now to talk about UK's reaction to this is Jay Blanton. He is with the University of Kentucky Public Relations and Strategic Communications. Jay, we appreciate you taking the time today, and our condolences to everyone at UK. I'm sure it's a very difficult time right now in losing a student, but what is the status right now of Farmhouse Fraternity? It is suspended, we're hearing. What does that mean?
Basically what that means is, and thank you for having me, their activities are suspended, so they can't be having any sort of formal activities or gatherings or anything like that during this time, while all of us are rightly, I think, focused on this investigation and this review and the other actions we need to take to move forward with the healing and grieving process, and also as an institution and making sure that we're doing everything we can to protect the health and safety of our students. The additional action that has been taken today is our president, Eli Capilouto, and our vice president for student success, Dr. Kirsten Turner, have announced that we are suspending all activities for new members or pledges, as you might call them, for fraternity chapters on our campus. And we are also mandating enhanced and additional training for all fraternity chapters on our campus that will involve greater awareness and understanding around some critical issues, whether that's hazing or what we call bystander intervention, which is essentially training around when to intervene to protect someone who may be in a tough spot or a bad spot or being about to be victimized.
Okay.
So we're going to require this enhanced training for all chapters. So
that goes out to all fraternities. So you're talking about bystanders, and you also mentioned hazing. What does that say about what happened that night at Farmhouse? Was this a party? Was it a pledge event where hazing was involved, or just some students drinking?
Well, we are still investigating that. There are two investigations going on simultaneously. One on the part of the UK Police Department, and that is a death investigation. So they are trying to investigate what happened with respect to Lofton Hazelwood and how it happened, why it happened. So that investigation is ongoing. There's a student code of conduct investigation conducted by our Dean of Students office, and that's focused on our student code of conduct and where policies violated or things that violate the community's policies and the community standards for ethics and expectation. So both those are going on right now. I don't want to predetermine that or speak about something that's ongoing. That's going to happen in the fullness of time. We're going to get those done as quickly as possible. We promised our community we would get those done as quickly as possible. We promised the family we would get those done as quickly as possible, but it is as important, more important, that we're accurate and that we're comprehensive. So we'll work on that. On the other end, though, that doesn't mean we, while it's too early to draw conclusions about those reviews and those investigations, that doesn't mean we should not act now to address issues when we see them. And certainly this tragedy, one of the things it has done is it certainly reinforces to us the obligation that we all have to protect our students, to provide them with the tools they need to understand and protect each other. So this is a part of this enhanced training and this step with respect to...
Let me ask you about that then, Jay, because, you know, the police report says that there were up to 20 underage students at Farmhouse that night. Obviously, alcohol was there. What are the rules regarding alcohol in fraternities and sororities, and how does the university enforce that or control that at all?
Well, alcohol should not be there, period. You know, there is no underage drinking, and that's prohibited on our campus. So there's a review that has to take place, an investigation that takes place. You know, that needs to happen. That will happen. And if violations are found and proven, ultimately, there'll be repercussions for that. That's a part of our student code of conduct, and that code of conduct actually applies on campus and it applies off campus for all of our students. In terms of what we do to try to prevent that, every student on our campus undergoes alcohol training and awareness as part of being a student at the University of Kentucky. Much of that is reinforced in what we call UK 101, which is a class that many of our first-year students take. And then there's ongoing training and awareness that occurs for student organizations such as fraternity and sorority life chapters. So there is a lot of training and awareness. That doesn't mean we can't do more, and we are doing more. And it doesn't mean that we shouldn't take steps to reinforce our expectations of our student organizations, and that's what we've done in suspending these activities on the part of the Farmhouse chapter specifically, and on the part of all new members within our within our fraternity chapters on an indefinite basis right now.
So you talk about repercussions. Could that mean charges eventually, or could that possibly even mean could they be kicked off campus? A specific fraternity or sorority that is shown to be in violation of this or have these kinds of problems?
It's premature to get into what that might be. There are reviews that are taking place, serious investigations. We take these issues very, very seriously, but I'm not going to get in front of those reviews either. Those need to take place. Those need to happen. We've promised the family, we've promised our campus that as those are done and completed, we will make them public, we will be transparent, and people will know what happened, why it happened, and we will also be public about what we do as a result.
And we do appreciate that. We don't have a whole lot of time, and I really want you to, what kind of message do you want to give to parents? Because I know that does unnerve many of them that are watching right now. What kind of message do you want to give to them in the little bit of seconds we have left here?
I would say what happened was unquestionably a tragedy. It's unimaginable what that family is going through, and frankly what so many on this campus who loved and knew Lofton are going through. This is a campus that cares. There's a culture of caring on this campus, and that means we do what we need to do and have to do to protect each other and support each other. It also means we're going to do what we need to do and have to do to enforce our standards and expectations that we have for each other. And that's what we're in the process right now, even as our campus is going through that grieving and healing process.
All right. Our condolences again to you and everyone there at the University of Kentucky. Jay Blanton, thank you so much for taking the time, and we will follow this as the next steps come along. Thank you so much.
Thank you.